2022 docket, and remind everybody that we're on YouTube, and we have Mr. Aleman. Trying to bring in Mr. Aleman, and we're going to be doing Joshua Raul Torres. And I need Mr. Aleman to join us.
I don't know if he got disconnected.
Mr. Aleman was with us, and now he just went out.
We can do Mr. Brown.
Okay, so it'll be, oh, here's Mr. Aleman.
Yeah.
Mr. Aleman, can you hear me? You need to unmute Mr. Aleman.
Judge, I'm sorry. I hit the leave meeting button instead of the.
I know.
I know. You got the wrong button.
Yes. I apologize, Judge.
No problem. Your client here is going to be is Joshua Torres, right, sir?
Correct, Your Honor.
I understand it's going to be a plea on a regular case and then 2 revocations.
Exactly.
All right. Let me do the plea first. Someone will go to my number 7 here, CR 21-01-454D, Joshua Raul Torres. That'll be a plea on the assault case. Please raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
You may put your hand down. This case is a Class A misdemeanor. It carries a potential penalty of up to a year in jail and not more than a $4,000 fine on conviction. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
And you understand that you're entitled to a jury trial, you're entitled to an appeal, and that you waived those 2 rights?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever been declared mentally incompetent?
No, sir.
You understand that the court does not have to follow the recommendation when you give a plea?
Yes, sir.
And what is your plea, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
And are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
All right, state.
Judge, state offer plea document and offense report as State Exhibit 1, notification and certification of defendant right of appeal as State Exhibit 2, waiver of Article 39.14 disclosures as State Exhibit 3. State would also request defense counsel to stipulate to the venue and jurisdiction of this honorable court, and to also stipulate that evidence has been filed sufficient to plead guilty.
Your Honor, we have no objection to the state's exhibits, and we will agree and stipulate.
And without objection, so admitted. It'll be the judgment of the court that Joshua Raul Torres is guilty as charged in CR 21-01-454D. Recommendation, state?
Yes, Judge. The state recommend $100 fine, court costs, 155 days in the Delaware County Jail, credit for 155 days.
All right, court will hereby waive the fine and court costs. It'll be 155 for 155 times served on this one.
Thank you. And Your Honor, if I could just make a brief record on that point, I did
Sure.
discuss with my client this plea as well as the ramifications of having a conviction for assault involving family violence, including the fact that those could result in enhanced punishments if any future episodes of assault involving family violence should occur. I have warned him of that, Judge.
All right, okay.
Which case did he plead to?
He just plead. No, this was guilty. Guilty on number 7. Yeah, number 7. Okay, now we're gonna do the 2 revocations. CR 20-04-119D, CR 20-04-913D. Both cases, Joshua Torres. This is a revocation proceeding whereby the adult probation office and DA's office are both alleged that you violated your probation. You understand that?
Sir.
All right. You understand that if the court does find that you did violate your probation, that the court may sentence you to the full amount of punishment that was probated back then when you pled guilty?
Yes, sir.
All right. Has your attorney explained to you what are the conditions of probation that you allegedly violated?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what is your plea, sir? True or not true that you at least violated a condition for each of the cases?
It's true.
And are you pleading true freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
All right. State.
Yes, Judge. State offer waiver of rights, consents to stipulation of evidence, and plea of truth to state motion of revoke as State Exhibit 1. State also will request defendant to stipulate that he's the same defendant who was previously placed on probation.
Your Honor, we have no objection. We will agree and stipulate.
And without objection, so admitted, it will be the finding of this court that Joshua Raul Torres did violate probation as alleged by state in CR 20-04-119D, CR 20-04-913D. Recommendations, are they the same by any chance?
They're both time served, Judge, but some different amount of date.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Okay, for CR 2004119D, Judge, the state recommend $100 fine, court cost, 131 days in the Delaware County Jail, credit for 131 days.
Okay, and the second one?
Yes, Judge, for CR 2004913D, the state recommend $100 fine, court cost, 218 days in the Delaware County Jail, credit for 218 days.
All right, for each case, court will hereby waive the fine and court costs. That'll be a time served for each case. And then there's 3 other cases, right, State?
Yes, Judge. For CR 2001117D and CR 2004118D, that will be dismissed with the plea to the CR 2004119D. And for CR 204754D, that will be dismissed with the plea to the CR 204913D, Judge.
All right, court will hereby dismiss CR 204117D, CR 204118D, and CR 204754D. All 3 cases, State versus Joshua Raul Torres. Court will hereby dismiss them all. All right, anything else, Mr. Alaman?
I believe that should do it, Your Honor.
All right, then you and your client are excused. You'll have a great day. Thank you very much.
Great seeing everybody, Judge. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Good day.
Yes, sir. You too, bye. Thank you.
Number 6, Mr. Joe Brown.
Mr. Joe Bravo, number 6. That's Juan Manuel Gonzalez. Juan Manuel Gonzalez. That'll be a plea, Mr. Bravo?
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct.
Okay. CR 208093D, Juan Manuel Gonzalez. Please raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
You may put your hand down. Your charge here is a Class A misdemeanor, DWI. It carries a potential penalty of up to a year in jail and not more than a $4,000 fine upon conviction. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
And you understand that you're entitled to a jury trial. You're entitled to an appeal. Did you waive those 2 rights?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever been declared mentally incompetent?
No, sir.
You understand that the court does not have to follow the recommendation when you give a plea?
Yes, sir.
And what is your plea, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, sir.
And are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
All right, State.
Yes, Judge. State offer plea document and offense report as Exhibit 1, notification and certification of defendant right of appeal as Exhibit 2, waiver of Article 39.14, disclosure as Exhibit 3. State would also request defense counsel to stipulate to the venue and jurisdiction of its honorable court, and to also stipulate that evidence has been filed sufficient to corroborate plead guilty.
No objection, Your Honor.
Without objection, so admitted. It will be the judgment of the court. The defendant is guilty as charged. And a recommendation, State?
Yes, Judge. The state recommend $100 fine, court cost, 206 days in the Delaware County Jail, credit for 206 days.
Was it 250 for 250? Was it?
206, Judge.
Oh, 206. I'm sorry. 206. Credit for 206. All right. Court will hereby waive the fine and court cost. 206 for 206. Time served. Mr. Bravo, is that the understanding?
Yes, Judge, I would ask though that this case run concurrent with this felony case, which is a CR 2167-21-I.
So ordered. It'll run concurrent with this one. This is a time served, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
This one is a time served. That'll do it, Mr. Gonzalez. It's a time served case on this one.
Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
I got an interlock on my car. With that time served, can my family disconnect the interlock in my vehicle?
Yes. If it's a DWI case and you get it time served, that'll do it.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, the judgment.
Yeah. With a reminding Mr. Brower with a copy of the judgment, he can have this removed. Okay.
Well, he'll be serving out a sentence up in TDC, so maybe the family will probably go.
That family will do it. All right. Thank you, Mr. Brower. Anything else?
That should do it. You're all right until 3
All right.
o'clock. Have another
Have a great day. Thank you, sir.
Miss Coronado, she has number 8, number 9, number 10, and number 12.
Cirilo Zambrano. Okay, she's got how many now? 1, 2, 3. What else?
Number 12.
4 cases. Now, State, there's 4 cases here on Miss Coronado's case docket. Is he going to appeal on all of them or how many?
And we will plea on 3 of them, Judge, and they'll dismiss on 1.
Number 8 is gonna be dismissed.
Number 8 will be the potential dismissal. That'll be the 04969,
Correct.
right?
Yes, Judge.
It'll be a plea. And in the next page, it'll be a plea. Okay, a plea on 3 cases. All right. And that'll be Cirilo Zambrano III. Please raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Sure.
You may put your hand down. 3 cases, CR 21-04-970D, CR 21-04-971D. And then each of those is a Class A misdemeanor. Then the Class B misdemeanor, CR 21-12-735D, Class B. On the Class A misdemeanors, each case carries a potential penalty of up to a year in jail and not more than a $4,000 fine upon conviction. The third one, Class B misdemeanor, that carries a potential penalty of up to 180 days in jail and not more than a $2,000 fine upon conviction. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Okay. For each case, you're entitled to a jury trial and you're entitled to an appeal. Did you waive those 2 rights?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever been declared mentally incompetent? You understand that the court does not have to follow the recommendations after you give a plea?
Sure.
All right. And what is your plea, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
And are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily on all 3 cases?
Sure.
All right. State.
Yes, Judge. State offer plea document and offense report as Exhibit 1, notification of certification of defendant right of appeal as Exhibit 2, waiver of Article 39.14, disclosure as Exhibit 3. State would also request defense counsel to stipulate to the venue and jurisdiction of its honorable court, and to also stipulate that evidence is being filed sufficient to culpably plead guilty.
Your Honor, we have no objection to the exhibits. We agree and stipulate to venue and jurisdiction, and further agree and stipulate that the evidence is sufficient. And Judge, I just want to make one note. The judgments are correct, but through the other plea documents, they stuck in the word none. That's not his middle name. That's not his nickname. I don't know if the judge wants to strike it through the documents or leave as is. But the
Okay.
judgments are correct.
Okay.
We'll just wait it.
We'll wait it
We'll
out.
cross it out.
Okay.
Wait it
Judge.
out, cross that out. Okay. Okay, without objection, so admitted. It'll be the judgment of the court. The defendant is guilty as charged on all 3 cause numbers. And let's see here. Are they identical, Mr. Estate?
There's 2 that's identical. So one of them has a restitution amount.
Okay. All right. Give me the identical ones.
Okay. For CR 2104-970D and for CR 2104-971D, they're identical, Judge. For the first one, for both, $100 fine, court cost, 16 days in the Hidalgo County Jail, credit for 16 days. But for the first one, Judge, CR 2104-970D, there's a restitution amount due and owing to an amount of $162.11 to Francisco Hernandez.
162.11, Francisco Hernandez.
Yes, Judge.
And this is the first case, CR 21-04-970.
Yes, Judge.
All right. And for both cases, waive the fine and court costs. It'll be a time served. Time served, except that the first one has a due and owing. On the third one, CR 21-12-735D. Yes, sir.
Yes, Judge. The state recommend $100 fine, court costs, 1 day in Hidalgo County Jail, credit for 1 day, restitution due and owing to an amount of $2,752 to Maria Castillo.
Okay, I heard Maria. And what was it? Castillo?
Castillo, yes, Judge.
Castillo. Okay, Maria.
What is it?
I heard 2752. Is that what it is?
Yes, Judge. That's correct.
2,752. Okay. But it's going to be a time serve also?
Yes, Judge.
All right, waive the fine and court costs. 1 day for 1 day time served. But on this one, restitution 2752.0 to Maria Castillo. Is that the understanding, Mrs. Coronado?
Yes, Judge, it is.
You and knowing? Okay. So did you get that, Mr. Zambrano?
But,
Did you get that?
yeah.
All 3 cases, time served, but 2 of them have due and owing. You understand that?
2 of them had what?
Due and owing. That you owe the victim out there, okay?
I'm gonna stay owing them, I guess.
Yeah, you're gonna be getting out, but you're gonna be that's gonna be on your record as due and owing, okay?
3 years.
I'm sorry?
I just got time right now, you know, we'll be getting out to like 2.5 years.
He's going to TDC.
You're gonna go to TDC. Okay, okay,
Yes,
I understand. Okay, I understand that. Well, your 3 cases here is time served, okay? Over there, you got 2 years, so good luck over there, okay?
All right,
All
boss.
right, you stay
Thank
safe.
you.
Good luck over there.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
sir.
And
Bye-bye.
Judge, the last case needs to be dismissed.
Oh, there's another one? Okay, give me a dismissal.
Right, Judge. On CR 210469D, Judge, that will be dismissed with the
Great.
plea, Judge.
Okay, well, let me go back to one. Okay, court will hereby dismiss CR 2104-969D, State versus Cirilo Zumbrano III. This case is dismissed, correct. We talked about it earlier.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you all very much. Ms. Coronado, you're excused. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge. Appreciate that.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Mr.
You too.
Hernandez has number 11 and number 13.
Mr. Eloy Hernandez. Oh, that'll be Felix
Velasco.
Velasco.
Yes, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Eloy Hernandez. I apologize. I'm here on the second floor at the courthouse.
Oh, okay, good. Good to hear you, sir. Two
Likewise, Your Honor.
cases, right, Mr. Hernandez?
Yes, Your Honor. He's present ready for pleas on both, Your Honor, and we did plea him out on his felonies last week to 2 years TDC, Your Honor.
It'll be 2 years TDC?
That's what he received last week in the
Okay.
464th, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. So on these 2 cases, my cases here, it'll be a plea also on both of them, right, sir?
Correct, Your Honor.
My 11 and 13. All right, here we go. And we have Felix Romario Velasquez. I'm sorry, Velasco, right, sir? Velasco. You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may put your hand down. Your first case, CR 2109-639D, Felix Velasco, Class A misdemeanor. And then CR 2114-250D, Felix Velasco, Class B misdemeanor. On the Class A, the potential penalty can be up to a year in jail and not more than a $4,000 fine upon conviction. The second one, Class B misdemeanor, carries a potential penalty of up to 180 days in jail and not more than a $2,000 fine upon conviction. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understand that for each case, you're entitled to a jury trial, you're entitled to an appeal, and that you waive those 2 rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you ever been declared mentally incompetent?
No, Your Honor.
All right. You understand that the court does not have to follow the recommendations after you give your plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is your plea, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, Your Honor.
And are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily on both cases?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state.
Yes, Judge, state offer plea document and offense report as Exhibit 1, notification and certification of defendant right of appeal as Exhibit 2, waiver of Article 39.14 disclosure as Exhibit 3. State would also request defense counsel to stipulate to the venue and jurisdiction of this honorable court, and to also stipulate that evidence has been filed sufficient to plead guilty.
Your Honor, we have no objections to the state's exhibits. We still agree and stipulate to venue and jurisdiction of the honorable court and that the evidence is sufficient.
And without objection, so admitted. It will be the judgment of the court. The defendant is guilty as charged on both cause numbers. Recommendations, are they the same, state?
They're both time served, Judge, but different amount of days.
Okay, first one, 09-639.
Yes, Judge, for CR 2109-639D, Judge, the state recommend $100 fine, court costs, 86 days in the Delaware County Jail, credit for 86 days.
All right, and the second one?
Yes, Judge, for that one, the state recommend $100 fine, court costs, 71 days in the Delaware County Jail, credit for 71 days.
In this case, it's CR 2114-250D. All right, for each case, court will hereby waive the fine and court costs. It'll be a time served for both cases. Time served for these 2 cases. So good luck up there, okay, sir? Be careful over there, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, we'll see you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
You may be excused, Mr. Let's have a great day, sir.
You too, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. That's all we have.
Thank you, Jill. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Number 14 and number 15, that's Miss Barbosa, and it's a motion to reduce bond.
Okay, Miss La Barbosa, there she is right there. And we have Fidel Rafael Bentoncourt.
Yes, Your Honor.
Violation of protective order, Class A, both cases, right? He's in jail right now. He's what, about 25 days in jail?
Yes, Your Honor. He has some cases pending out of the 93rd, as well as this court but he has PR bonds for those cases based on his health. One of the
Okay.
charges is an elderly abuse of an elderly, and that's the basis of this protective order, Your Honor. But he is in custody and he's in a wheelchair, so we're asking the court to consider PR bond until he has his trial dates in felony court.
Okay, so you're saying that he's got a pending felony case, and in that case, he got a PR bond?
Yes, Your Honor. In the felony cases, he has $10,000 PR bonds.
Okay, and what are you requesting on this one?
We're asking for any amount of PR bond.
Judge, if I may.
Yes, state.
Yes, Judge, the state, as opposed to the PR bond, the state's not opposed to reducing the bond, but just a cash surety bond out of safety, one for the safety of the victim of this case, Judge, and also two, I mean, defendant been getting PR bonds for all his prior cases, and as you see that he keep picking up different offenses along the way.
And that's because he's in a wheelchair, right?
Right, but just like, you know, like, I mean.
Well, Your Honor, I'm sorry, the person, the abuse of the elderly, the complaining witness wanted to try to drop the charges and do an affidavit of non-prosecution, but I don't know if the state is accepting them at this time. This case has been pending for a couple of years. So it's been a while, and that's what this is based out of, that felony that's still pending. We have been waiting on the drug charges, but they barely got indicted. He got arraigned this morning.
And who's the victim in the felony case?
It's his mom. She's the elderly.
It's the mom?
Yes.
Yes, Judge.
Oh, so upon getting out, he'll be going back home to mom? I would imagine. right?
Probably, Your Honor. That's the problem, because of the protective order. He has nowhere else to live. He was taking care of his mom, and there's a lot of issues. But I've had this case for a very, very long time.
That's what,
Okay.
like, the state has reservation concern, you know, for safety. And, you know, I mean, it's just our concern that, you know, he in PR bond and he keep committing more offenses along the way, and, you know, just our concern, Judge.
Okay. And so for these two cases, he's done like 25 days for each case? He's been in jail 25 days?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And, you said 10,000 PR bond on the other one, right? On the felony case?
Yes, Your Honor. He has 2 drug charges and that elderly injury to an elderly.
And Judge, the state would offer like 1,000 cash surety for both.
Okay, I have a question here. Because it's a violation of a protective order, can the court even issue a PR bond on this one?
Well, Judge, when the PR bond was initially issued for the injury to the elder, that was before the statute came in place. You know, that disallowed PR bond for
Right.
egregious cases.
So that law is not in place right now. It is in place.
That law is in place right now. It doesn't specifically say for violation of protective order, but you know, since the violation of protective order arises from an assault.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll do a 500 cash surety.
On each case, Your Honor?
Each case, 500 cash surety.
Thank you, Your Honor.
It'll be reset for August,
Reset for PT pretrial, reset.
for August 30th at
30th,
9 a.m.
9 a.m.
But of
August.
course, if the felony is resolved before, just
Yes,
to let us know and we can bump it up.
correct. August 30th, 9 a.m. for PT pretrial. If you need us to bump it up, let us know, Ms. Barbosa.
Thank you, Your Honor. That
All right.
concludes my business for this most honorable court. May the excuse?
Has she followed the orders?
Did you follow the orders?
Yes,
There
they just need to be filled in.
Okay. Don't we also add like no harmful
That's
contact?
correct, Judge. No harmful contact with the victim, Judge.
And what is the name of the victim?
The name of the victim is, let me see, let me check with the Judge.
No harmful contact. Okay. Or do you know, Ms. Barbosa, the name of the victim?
The name of the
I feel
victim
like I should have.
is Maria
memorized.
Betancourt, Judge.
Maria Bentoncourt, we got it. No harmful contact with Maria, because I think they may be living together, but then we'll do no harmful contact. Okay. That'll do it. Thank you very much, Ms. Barbosa. You're excused. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor. You too. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye, Ms. Ida.